Good evening. I would like to call the January 8th Board of Trustees meeting to order of the Village of Indian Head Park. Clerk, can we please take roll?
Trustee Iannacco?
Here.
Trustee Saldana?
Here.
Trustee Eck?
Here.
Trustee Donnersberger? Trustee Svetka?
Here.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye. Here.
And President Amy Jo Wittenberg.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. I am looking forward to an eventful and adventurous 2026. So I will be not be providing a formal village president's report. We will move on to the consent agenda. Can I please have a motion for the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
All righty. First by Trustee Eck and second by Trustee Saldana. Any questions on consent agenda items? Approval of regular meeting minutes of December 11th, approval of payables for December 31st, and the approval of the preliminary financial report. Any questions? I think we need a financial report, please, Treasurer.
Yes. This is the financial summary for the month ending December 2025. Cash on hand at November 30th, 2025 was $2,194,986.54. Payments in December of 2025 were $492,817.92. Total revenues for December of 2025 were $639,421.54. The ending bank balance at December 31st of 2025 was $2,341,590.16.
Great, thank you, Treasurer.
I have a question on
Yes.
that. If the county was paying us all of the real estate taxes that were due as of the end of middle of December, what might that $2,341,000 have been?
Though the amount of taxes that we were anticipating in the first installment was about a little over $300,000.
Total?
Yeah.
And I assume we'll be getting interest on that payment when it comes?
I'm not certain of that.
I guess we need to inquire then, right? That would be basis to do what we were talking about, wouldn't it?
I can inquire.
Yeah, you should ask, because I don't think there's a law for that.
They can charge us interest, but we can't charge, they can't, right? All right, I'm on a tangent, I'm sorry, excuse me. Can we have a roll call vote, please, for the consent agenda items, please?
Trustee Iannacco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Great, thank you. Moving on to new business, please. May I have a motion for item D?
I would move to consider and approve Resolution 2026-01, approving the intergovernmental agreement with the Illinois Comptroller's Office for the local debt recovery program.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Gazis and Trustee Saldana.
So this program would allow the village to recover unpaid debts, whether it's from water bills, tickets issued by the police department, parking tickets, code fines. There is no cost to the village to participate in this program. Administrative fees are paid by the person who owes the funds. The money would come out of any state payments that they would be getting, whether that's a tax return or even a lottery winnings. The due process is honored in this. We would have to go through our whole process where we issue letters notifying people that they owe money. We do everything we can to collect the debt. We can also submit debts to a collection agency, and then a last resort would be to submit to the local debt recovery program.
So on this, the debtor pays $20 for the state collecting the debt, but if the state doesn't, up to $20, but then if the debt is still not collected, we have the alternative to turn it over to a collection agency.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
collection agencies typically charge between 25 and 50% of the debt that they collect. So that's a substantial amount.
Right. They would take that out of the debt that is collected, but we would still get more than we get when it's nothing.
More, yeah.
Today, we use a debt collection agency, and that the process would be, number one, we would try to collect it through letters with the person that owes us the money. The second thing is is turn it over to a collection agency that the board approved about 2 years ago. So that process would still be in effect. The third option now will be sending it to this collection that the state offers us. This would be the third way that we would collect the money. And then that would happen from the different ways that are mentioned, whether it's a state tax refund, or it's a lottery winning, or it's a variety of different payments that were in your packet. The money would then come to the village automatically, and they would pay for this process. So the process will be those three ways that we will collect debts from people that owe money. And we have been doing that for a while, and both Eve and Lucy and our staff have been very, very proactive about collecting money that is owed to the village.
So just to clarify, we would still use a debt collection agency. This would be in addition to, not in replacement of.
Correct.
Correct.
Thank you.
This would be more efficient in some ways, because a debt collection agency has to go after the folks. This is money, this would be taken out of money that the state is paying to people.
So
Now,
with that said, is there any reason to still use a debt collection agency if no matter what, we're going to get our money through the state?
well, that's only in
Oh.
if they're getting some kind of payment from
Got
the
it.
state. So
Makes sense.
we'd have to root for everybody to win the lottery.
As of the end of the year, roughly, what are our total unpaid debts? Rough numbers, fine.
So I can tell you,
Police department
Go
alone
ahead.
is in excess of 50,000.
So it's
Just the
between
police
50 and
department. I
100?
can't speak to the village, but we're in excess of 50,000. We probably collected a little over 2,000. So with this is an additional way that we can be guaranteed we'll get the money.
and that's debt going back to 2022,
Correct.
right? She has collected.
Yeah, I think Eve's collected close to $28,000 to $30,000 already.
Right.
Correct.
Just by doing that, but
Yes.
I'm just speaking to the ability to hit the income tax as
There's still
well. She said
50,000
there's about
outstanding.
Correct.
50,000 plus out there still.
Yep.
And as far as the water billing goes, we've got accounts that are behind 60 days. There's an amount of 3,000, and accounts that are 90 days or older. It's about 9,000, so about 12,000 in those two categories.
But all totally, rolling it all up, we're somewhere between 50 and 100,000,
Yes.
rough number.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Those debts for the water, do they still receive water, or are you cutting off the water?
We have, so in a lot of cases, we have started payment plans, and we really have, if we were to take advantage of this program right now, there's really one water account that that would be eligible for this, and they owe a substantial amount. Off the top of my head, I don't recall what that specific one is. But most of these accounts are now doing payment plans, and we're not going to cut off water, although today's temperature, it wouldn't be hazardous, but we don't want to cut it off during the winter because of the temperatures and the impact of frozen pipes and all that, so.
You said 90 days. It was summer.
We're working on this program, and Lucy was successful in collecting about 23,000 in the past few months, so.
Our staff has been great about collecting money, and now this is just going to give us another tool in our tool chest to be able to collect more money. So we would hope that people would just pay their bills, but that's unfortunately not always the case.
And we tried sending Joe and knocking on the door,
We actually, go ahead, Joe.
We notified, folks know how to go on. We're doing everything we can, getting a little more efficient, so I think this will.
The hangers on the doors actually inspired a lot of people to come in and make payments, so.
Any other questions before we move for a vote? Seeing none, can we please have a roll call vote?
Trustee Iannaco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye.
5-0, the motion carries.
Moving on to item E, please, can we have a motion?
Move approval of ordinance 2026-01, approving a redevelopment plan and project for the Triangle Area TIF District.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Saldana and Trustee Gazis.
Okay. And we're going to take these next three one at a time. No, we're going to do each motion and then a vote, and then the motion and a vote for all three of them. But these, we had at the last board meeting, we had the public hearing for the TIF district. We have shared the plan far and wide. We've had the joint review board. So the ordinances, the three ordinances in front of you will authorize the Triangle Area TIF district at Joliet and Wolf and 294. And the approval and this, the establishment of the TIF district is based on the eligibility study. It meets criteria as both a conservation and blighted area. It enables the use of future property tax growth to reinvest in local infrastructure and redevelopment. It would run on a 23-year term. The estimated redevelopment budget, and we've talked about this a number of times, would be $37 million. That's a statutory cap. That's not necessarily a budget or a spending commitment. But based on the types of expenditures that we'd be able to use the money for and the estimates in the study, that cap is $37 million. Redevelopment plans can include infrastructure, facade upgrades, remediation, site preparation, and marketing. And this whole plan and everything we've talked about in the TIF district is in alignment with the 2015 comprehensive plan for the village.
Any questions on item E, the redevelopment plan and project for the Triangle Area TIF district? Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote?
Trustee Iannaco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Aye.
Trustee Donnersberger?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye.
6-0, motion carries.
Moving on to item F, please. Can we please have a motion?
Move approval of ordinance 2026-02, which is designating the Triangle Area TIF redevelopment project area.
I second.
Thank you, Trustee Saldana and Trustee Iannaco.
I third it. Very enthused.
Record reflect.
Is there anything you'd like to add, Gavin, on the
No.
Triangle Area? Okay. Clerk, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Iannaco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Aye.
Trustee Donnersberger?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Moving on to the third motion, please.
Move
Item G.
approval of ordinance 2026-02, which is adopting the tax increment financing.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Trustee Saldana and Trustee Speska. Any questions or comments on this? Great. Hearing none, can we please have a roll call vote?
Trustee Iannaco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Aye.
Trustee Donnersberger?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gazis?
Aye.
6-0, motion carries.
Thank you to all that worked so hard on the TIF district plan And I know there's a lot of people that put a lot of time and effort into this, and thanks from the support from the Economic Development Committee. Thank you. Moving on to item H, please.
Move for approval of ordinance 2026-4, approving a municipal waste, recycling, and landscaping waste services agreement with SBC Waste Solutions.
Second.
We're very interested in getting our waste picked up, okay?
So this is a 5-year agreement with SBC Waste Solutions for all residential waste services. It includes unlimited trash, recycling, yard waste, all sticker-free. We're recommending maintaining the leaf vacuuming. It adds, and the price on that has gone down from what we were paying before. Need to point that out. It adds free year-round e-waste pickup with advanced scheduling with SBC. It results in a cost saving for most of the residents and HOAs already covered. And there is, the annual rate increase is capped at 3%. Multifamily and HOA communities overall will save 9 to 48% when integrated. And it does, this franchise agreement will apply to all residences in the community, in the entire village, including those HOAs that have independent contracts at this time. What is written into the ordinance and what we've all agreed to is that as those current contracts with other vendors expire, they will come on to the village's franchise agreement. And Sean Flood is here from SBC. He can answer any questions about the specific programming. And I'm happy to answer any questions about how this will be implemented.
Hey, Gavin, you said 5-year agreement. Is that price locked in for the 5 years, or is there an escalation every year?
There is an escalation, and what we're working on, what the ordinance will do is authorize me to finalize the agreement and to execute it. But I will share that with the board. I got tonight a final version from our consultant who's been working with Sean and myself to get this finalized. And the pricing does go up each year, and it's all laid out in the fee schedule. The 5-year agreement has a different price for each year, but it goes up, for example, starting out with the 35-gallon trash and recycling cart in year 1 for a single-family residence would be $20, in year 5, $22.52.
And those rates are locked in once we agree on the contract?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
So it's not factored on the CPIW, it's factored on something else, correct? A fixed rate? Okay.
3%.
Okay.
But that's not for the townhomes.
Right, I
That's-
was about to throw that out there. The cart service and bag service for the townhomes, Ashbrook, Indian Woods, Chestnut on the Green, townhomes would be $18 in year 1 and going up 3% each year. The bag service would be for Acacia townhomes. They would continue with bag service as they do now, and for Indian Ridge condominiums. Those for Indian Ridge, it's $18 a month, and then because they do twice a week, Acacia townhomes would start out at $12.85. And then the leaf vacuuming, as I mentioned, it's less than it currently is. Year 1 is $30,000. I think this year we paid $33,000, $32 and some change. So going out to bid, working with SBC, now that they've had 5 years experience here in the village, 5+ years experience here in the village, we were able to get the pricing to come down. So it was a lot of effort. I want to thank the board for allowing me to engage a consultant through the Solid Waste Agency of Cook County, of Western Cook County, and Charlie and Jim for serving as the subcommittee on waste hauling. So thanks.
Well, I'd like to say just a few things. Gavin, new to the operation here, not really new anymore. I feel like you're a seasoned veteran. Based on what we had prior to this administration, under Amy Jo and Gavin's direction, we really righted a wrong that I think, with a municipality of our size, being a resident here 15 years, the multiple carve-outs regarding contracts, dates, specifics, really didn't make sense on an economic basis. Charlie was great in negotiating. Special thanks to, obviously, Sean and SBC that not only met us in the middle, but really made the effort to let us know that they valued, this contract. But really, a lot of the work that Gavin and Phil and the consultant, and Charlie did, behind the scenes, working with Sean. Many meetings, many back and forths. Charlie, we tried to move him a little bit, but he stuck to his guns. Sean, to your credit, you guys really showed the village how much you value the business. And again, leadership was great. I was just happy to be in the room for a couple of those meetings, but I thought you all did a phenomenal job.
And
I'd like to accent that as well. I would agree with what you were saying in terms of the work being done by the village, and Gavin in particular, and Sean, thank you. One point to make is that these fees are, we no longer need stickers, is that correct?
Correct.
So that's a big positive, thank you.
And just one note, one other opportunity that we took advantage of is we joined the West Cook County Solid Waste Agency. We have not been prior a member of that, which afforded us the consultant, Phil Kowalski, which was a benefit to the village. And we also are able to participate in the Regional Disposal Program, RDP, which is also a way that we were able to get some costs that are lower than we are paying today for the disposal of our trash in more of a consortium or co-op where we are working through the Solid Waste Agency to provide pricing for the disposal of our trash in the landfill, or the transfer station, basically. So those are some major differences between what we have done in the past and what we have done this time. And I want to thank everyone who spent the time and effort to get this all done. And now we can move on with other really important initiatives. So thank you. Any other questions before we go and have a roll call vote? Sean, do you have any?
There's questions for me.
Any other questions?
Fridays, except for.
I don't think there are any other questions, but if there are none, we will move on to a vote, please. Roll call vote.
Trustee Iannaco?
Aye.
Trustee Saldana?
Aye.
Trustee Eck?
Absolutely.
Trustee Donnersberger?
Aye.
Trustee Svetka?
Aye.
Trustee Gases?
Aye.
6-0, motion carries.
Great. Now we can move on to any public comments. Did we receive any emails this afternoon
No.
from the public?
Just Ashbrook.
Nothing specifically noted as public comment, no.
Okay. And do we have any public comments from those in the audience this evening?
Good evening, and Happy New Year, Mayor, trustees, Gavin, Joe. Thank you all, and thank you guys for instilling the trust in us again for the new term with Village. And I just want to compliment Trustee Zanetta for your outfit. That is the best outfit I've seen in a long time. I mean, I have to get that vest for that jacket for my wife, because I am impressed. So go Bears. I'm very excited for Saturday. So I saw that and I couldn't stop looking at it. But just some recent news on the leaf vacuuming. The numbers, I did send them over to Gavin. 2025, we did 118.36 tons of leaf vacuuming. Obviously, we were impacted by the snow and ice. Recently, we did get back out there as it thawed and got a lot of it picked up for you guys. In 2023, we did 123.06 tons. 2024, we did 133.89 tons, and then in 2000, so we do estimate there's some still out there. If residents do call, obviously with the new program now, they're going to be able to have that stuff removed, so they can just clearly move that out to the curb, bag it, or in their personal carts. I do want to highlight on the new RFP that we did propose a new composting program together for the village, for the residents. residents are able to opt into that program. It's $5 for all 3 sizes, regardless of size. They can have that compost cart for food scraps. So I'm going to work with Gavin and staff to better educate residents on how to eliminate that out of landfill and keep that cost down so we can start doing some more proactive environment stuff for
Is
residents.
that open for all village residents?
That's open for all village residents, and we will include that in with the multifamily as well. So if the multifamily buildings want to maybe purchase a couple carts or add a couple carts onto that program, the price is the same for them as well. So it's a really good program. It's something that's taken off really well in today's society, and our goal is to help eliminate a lot of that out of the landfill, and we're going to work with the residents on that too. Obviously, we have the yard waste season coming up here in April. So if residents do have leftover leaves out there, they can obviously bag it or put it in their personal carts, or they can rent a cart from SBC and we'll be able to happily remove that. We're excited to be a part of the new association with you guys. It did help drive our costs a little bit lower. Speaking with Gavin, so by you guys joining that group, it helped us come in a little bit more aggressive with the village and in our proposal RFP. As Gavin said, and Charlie and Jim, we value IHP, and you guys put us in the residential game, and if it wasn't for IHP, we don't know where we'd be today. So that's why we came in aggressive, and that's why we just felt like we had to do what we had to do to make sure we kept this community. So I want to thank you all for tonight's votes. And we're excited to continue our partnership for the next 5 years. A couple new things also as well. As Gavin said, we're going to be doing e-waste and paint and hazardous removal now yearly at the curbside. A lot of problems we had over the past 5 years where residents would call in and they missed the event. And they're like, I was on vacation, or I didn't see it online, or I didn't see it on social media. With the new program now, these residents can call in year-round, and it's best to them. It's more of an a la carte service. So now residents can schedule with us at our call center what best fits their needs to move it, to have these items removed. In the past, we had residents, close on a house, sell the house, and then the new homeowner comes in and they're like, hey, I bought this house. There's 20 gallons of paint in my basement. What do I do with it? They're like, well, you have to wait till the spring. Well, now they don't have to wait till the spring. Now they can call it in whenever they want. So it's a really good add-on for the residents. I think this is going to be really beneficial. We're going to see some different numbers, in my opinion. We always have a great spring event, but I believe this is going to increase and also help the residents. No more stickers for white goods. I know they were used to put 10 stickers on a stove or 10 stickers on a refrigerator. That's all gone now. So residents now are able to have those items removed free of charge. All they have to do is basically contact our office, give us 24 hours notice, and we'll schedule that with the residents. So I think it's going to be a lot more convenient for them, a lot more cost savings for them, especially for senior citizens too. We had a lot of senior citizens who were like, I don't have the access or the manpower or the help to get that to the recycling event. And now we're going to be able to simply even leave it out their door, outside their garage. They don't even have to bring it down to the curb. If they talk to the call center, our call center reps, we'll schedule the best fits their needs. So we've had people where our drivers will go up to the front door or the garage door, and they'll remove those items. So I think it's going to really help with these residents. I think they're really going to like the new service. And I did draft a new welcome flyer. It's not a welcome flyer, but it's like a new program flyer that I sent to Gavin for approval. So once it's approved, we will mail that out to all residents, showing them, educating them on all the new programs. So we're not just going to rely on old information. We'll make sure we do a mass mailer to all the new residents. Gavin had some questions about where the e-waste is going. We have a partnership with Ecotronics Recycling. So what they do is they supply us with bins at our main location. Our drivers pick those items. So we have a box truck. I'm sure you guys have seen it throughout town. He goes around picking up special hazardous waste, and he brings it back to our shop, and then we call them, and they come and remove those bins and swap them for new empty bins on an on-call basis. They're located out at Carroll Stream, and the company name is Ecotronics out of Carroll Stream, and they're a great company to work with, a great partner, and they help eliminate all that material out of landfill. in regards to paint recycling, a lot of stuff now, what we've realized, what we've been doing is we've been recycling a lot of paint in-house, and we'll actually take the paint and we'll put it in the interior of our containers. So a lot of the metal containers that you see out there, compactors, dumpsters, we have our own fabrication shop, luckily, out of Broadview, and we'll take those blends of paints and we'll actually paint the interiors of our dumpsters and compactors and stuff. It helps put a nice line to help protect the metal and steel. We also have a partnership with Earth Paint, who actually takes the material and recycles it and turns it into new paint and resells it. But a lot of stuff we've been, lately, we've been doing it internally. It's helping protect the interior of our metal containers and preserving the life of those. So, as you know, with water and snow and ice, in the Chicagoland area, steel doesn't last as long and tends to rust out at the bottoms. And this has been a really beneficial factor for us. So, with that being said, we're really excited for it, and I appreciate Charlie and Jim and obviously Gavin, Mayor, and Joe's support in the process. You guys definitely did your due diligence. You guys worked extremely hard, and I respect it, and I understand why you did it, and that's why we came in and we did what we needed to do to make sure we preserved our relationship and partnership. And I want to thank each and every one of you, and we are so excited for the next 2026 and the next years ahead, and we're excited to be involved in your community events and donations, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of this community for the next 5 more years. If there's any other questions for us. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments this evening? Jim?
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. I was pleased to hear about the composting component that we have here. Coincidentally, we have 4 of our 5 kids live out of state, and in California, where we have 1, and Colorado, where we have 3, composting is just a thing that they're doing presently. And having lived in Chicago, all of them before, they say it's amazing how much that's reduced the trash that would have gone to a landfill in place of that. And it's not only good for the environment, but I think it's a progressive way for us to look at the future, where we can take advantage of things like compostable containers from restaurants and things like that that eliminate a lot of the dead waste.
Yeah, one point that I'm very proud of is that we did a community survey on refuse and garbage in the spring. So we were able to collect information about people's preferences regarding garbage. And that's what came up with some of the ideas, like getting rid of stickers was a big topic, of course. And also, I believe 35 or 40% of our residents talked about composting and wanting composting. So we got a lot of that trend data from the survey, and we were able to use the survey data to craft a new agreement. So thank you, staff, for working on that survey and taking the feedback from our residents to heart as they renegotiated the new contract. So thank you. Any other comments this evening? Alrighty, we'll move on to reports. Trustee Gazis?
No report.
Trustee Svetsko?
The only update I have is from the Planning and Zoning meeting that occurred this past Tuesday afternoon. There was just continued discussion on the topic about the potential of approval for fences along, I think, what was deemed busy streets. Is that, Andres is going to correct me because you're good at that and I'm not.
Major roads.
Major roads, thank you.
Non-IHP roads.
Thank you, that's even better. That discussion is continuing into next month, and I think that we're going to hopefully have something to bring to the board maybe the month after, maybe in March.
Depending on details of it, possibly February, because they've landed on an aesthetic look, which is that black wrought iron, sorry, bleeding over, that black wrought iron fence that is very common in the area, is kind of their idea of what they want. There's some details they want to hammer out. There's things talked about like screening, possibly, whether or not the survey when we sent out was about major roads, the 4 major roads through the community. There's some discussion now about whether even for non-Indian Head Park roads, which would add 65th Street, which backs up, there's houses that back up to 65th Street, which isn't an Indian Head Park road, but that's very open. So there's ongoing discussions about that, but it could very well wrap up and we could have something here in next month or for certain by March.
Thank you.
Trustee Donnersberger.
Well, I just have to say how happy and relieved I am that the TIF is moving forward. Jim is on the committee, as several others, and they've been working really hard over the past many months. So that's a relief to us, and we look forward to great things happening up there. As for the Heritage Site Committee, we've taken a rather long sabbatical, but hopefully we'll get it going this month.
Trustee Eck.
Yeah, two things. The next Finance Committee will be next Monday, the 12th at 4 o'clock. It's an open meeting, so if anybody wants to join us, they're welcome to come in. And the second thing is to acknowledge our leader, Chief Administrative Officer of this organization, and all the things that he's doing well. And we thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Trustee Saldana.
No report.
Trustee Iannacco.
No report, just go Bears.
I do want to thank, before we turn things over to the staff, everybody that made, our volunteers and staff that made the Frosty Fest happen. We had, I think, probably 150 people show up with Santa and the live reindeers that were out here. We had 2 live, beautiful reindeers that came to visit Indian Head Park. And we also had a food drive for the Kelly J. O'Loughlin Memorial Foundation, which that food went to the St. Cletus Food Pantry. So we appreciate all of the help. We have lots of volunteers that make these things happen, and we appreciate that very much. Moving on to staff, can we please have the Public Works update?
All right, let's start out
Back
with,
to you.
we got
Promise.
our 5-year water main plan from Strand Engineering here in December. So we're going to work with this and also our road program that we had done to coordinate these projects to get things moving forward. And with that, I also had a meeting with Strand this week to go over some of our projects that we're working on. One being the Pontiac water main and road program that the plans are mostly complete, but they will be done by the end of this month. And then we're looking for February/March for possibly going out to bid with that, but we'll be bringing that to the board once we get that moving forward. Also, the chlorine switchover from gas to liquid is moving forward. It's out for bid right now. Strand put that out for bid through their resources. The bid opening will be a Zoom bid on January 27th, and myself and Andreas will be involved in that bid process as well. Once that goes through, we'll be looking to take that for approval to the board meeting on February 12th, and hopefully have that job completed by the end of April. What else we got here? In-house, we've been doing a few things. We've been doing some storm sewer maintenance just because of all this rain and freezing and so forth. We've had some things in-house. We had to have a couple areas rotted out to make sure they're working correctly. Also, we're looking to, working on, in Public Works, actually Brian is working on it. He did our RFP for our lawn maintenance, and he's working on the RFP for looking into a new cleaning service for the village buildings. He kind of got a first draft together, so we'll be polishing that up and hopefully get a new cleaning service for both buildings, because right now the way it is, it's set up that there's a cleaning service that services this building and a separate one that does the public works. So we're looking to hopefully combine all that into one and get a good price on that. I've had my quarterly meeting with the Morton Arboretum and updated some things for the grant process and moving forward with that. And I think that's the louvers for the Public Works building. I'm waiting for the designs for that so that we can start getting some quotes for that as well. That's what I have for tonight.
Chief, why don't we have you next, and then we'll follow with Andres and then Gavin.
Okay, we submitted the grant for body-worn cameras and in-car cameras. It was due December 31st. We're waiting to find out if we need to add any additional information. However, we'll hear something in April. We requested just under $60,000, and we were assisted by a grant company. I can't think of the name right now, but they did a great job. We got it submitted in time, and hopefully we'll hear something in April. The new squad is in service. It takes a long time to get these outfitted, especially since COVID. It seems to take forever. However, it's been outfitted, it's back in service. It's replacing the squad that was totaled when Corporal Milas was hit head-on. So now that we got that back in service, so we're running on more than just a Band-Aid. So that helped us a lot to get it in service. iLeap, we submitted the invoice for iLeap. They're going to contact the department. I'll be working with them directly, which will get us, they're going to look at all our policies and procedures and advise. And once we get certified, it should bring down insurance costs. I don't want to guarantee that, but that's what the whole reason for doing it. It was only a $1,500 item, and they're going to review all of our policies, which is needed. I want somebody else to look at them. And Commander Gardner has been selected to go to staff and command of Northwestern Center of Public Safety. It's going to be a 2-week on and 2-week off, starting this Monday, coming Monday. It's a very prestigious class. It's a tough class. He hasn't been in school in a long time. He's going to have to write research papers and properly cite them and all that fun stuff, but he's looking forward to it, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. So thank you for allowing him to go. I appreciate that.
Andres?
From the economic development side, as we know, with the business district and the TIF district both being approved now, we'll be looking at engaging a planning consultant to help us with just the market viability of the site for uses, what it can be used for, someone who can really do that research and outreach, and even, connecting with different developers that they might know. And then at the same time, also having them, looking at what type of goals we'll have for that site, which will be informed by that market viability, and then also helping us develop possible, incentive mechanisms to reach those goals in there, as well as possible evaluations of those incentives. So that's our next steps here. We're hoping to get that consultant engaged sooner rather than later, so keep an eye out for that one. Otherwise, from the community development side, the zoning ordinance and the building codes overhauls, we're getting to our first full public drafts on them. We've been doing it piecemeal for the last 6 or 7 months with our consultant, Safe Built. So those will be coming to both the Plan Commission and the board sooner rather than later. We're also looking at our business licensing code and overhauling that as well. Some of it is outdated, some of it can be modernized for more effectiveness, and some of it the state threw a wrench in it and made some things easier for us, shockingly. So we can also excise portions of it. Thank you. Rick and Pat have been helping us with that, so we'll be looking at reviewing that as well to get that really tuned up and in shape from the community development side of it. And finally, on the building side of it, 2025 is over, so we have a final number of building permits. We didn't issue, but we took in 122 this year. I believe actually all of them have been issued at this point. In comparison, last year we did 117. 2023 has been the high mark of the last 9 years. That was 165. 22 was 137. 21 was 116. 2020 was 113. 2018 was 101. And 2017, which I have the last reliable data on the drive, was 74. So while we're not as high as, 21, 22, well, we're not as high as 22 and 23, that was kind of an anomaly. Just from my previous experience when I was at Burr Ridge, we also saw a surge of building permits during that time. So that was due to pandemic money and everyone still being stuck in their house. So we are back to about the historical average on that. So that is looking good as well. Otherwise, all our gaming and liquor licenses have been issued and paid for. I believe, well, yes, they have. And so we are now looking towards the June one that way as well.
Question. Your building permit process, when you talked about it before, was in the process of speeding up with the new system.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been effective now?
Yes, it's being much more effective now. We've ironed out some of the wrinkles in it. Now the next step is going to be looking at cross-training other staff. With any new ERP, updates, we think we have everything set up correctly. And then recently we were looking at cross-training here in December, and found out that there was some locked out, for safety reasons. So we had to go back and look at that as well. So that's our next step, is cross-training staff so it can be in faster. But everything else is it's cut time down by about half to do it, and it helps with record keeping at the moment. So
Thank
even
you.
better.
All righty, I think we are on to the village attorney. Do you have anything this evening? No report. How about village administrator?
Thanks,
Last but not least.
Village President. Just wanted to note that we are scheduling a committee of the whole meeting for January 22nd. And at that meeting, we'll talk about goals and planning for 26 or the 26-27 fiscal year. We have been developing budgets for each of the departments with Finance Committee, so we'll talk about some of those, some of the new items in the budget and how we're reorganizing the budget. I wanted to say we haven't gotten word on the OSLAD grant application for Sacagawea Park. We are supposed to hear something this month on that. And as part of, Trustee Donnersberger mentioned the Heritage Site Committee. Once we do get the ball rolling on that again, we're going to meet with the same consultant that helped us with Sacagawea Park to develop some ideas for the Heritage Site.
All righty, did I miss anybody? I'm good at that, so I just want to make sure. All righty, I would like to entertain a motion for adjournment.
I
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
I second.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Happy New Year. All in favor?